When I'm a guest at your house, I come to experience your traditions, your dishes, and your way of doing things. If I wanted my own dishes, I would just stay at home. What's up, cooks? It's Wednesday. So the issue of creativity in cooking is weighing pretty heavily on my heart. I was on a phone conversation. Actually, it was Eric's conversation, and I sort of just butted into the conversation. We were talking about some of the comments that I've received on some of my videos over the last several years. And I'm really concerned about the forces that are out there that are trying to make us conform to their standards, right? Like there's only one way to cook, and that way is their way. And I don't like it. The question I have is, why are these forces trying to take our uniqueness out of our cooking? What's worse is they're trying to take out our traditions, our family variations, and telling us that we can only cook something their way. They do it this way, so we should do it that way. They're trying to convince us that their way is the only way to do something. But balancing tradition and innovation is at the core of culinary arts. I don't want to sit down at my neighbor's table and experience the same exact thing that I make at home. I'm there to experience their traditions, their bowl of chili, their lasagna, their interpretation about a dish. I'm not there to just eat a cookie cutter dish that's a copy of my own. The whole point of sharing a meal is to experience that person's life, and you do that through food, right? I'm not there to eat a Big Mac. I don't want consistency and conformity of McDonald's. I want to experience them. I don't really understand where this comes from, these forces, as I call them, if you will. Why are they out there trying to convince me or us to cook a dish a certain way? I do it this way, so you have to do it that way. It's almost like they're convincing us to be a cookie cutter of them. I have this brand of appliance, so you should have this brand of appliance. I don't get that. One thing I can tell you is that when you're talking about traditional recipes, the only real tradition that's at the core of the cooking is the variation and the reflection that our food has about our family and our region and our culture and our people. That is the tradition. The tradition of cooking is the variation. It's not in one particular recipe. This is what brings the richness to our cooking and our eating lives. It's not that you do or don't put olives in a certain dish. The tradition in cooking is the fact that there's variation at all. There's a range. The culture and the culinary heritage of that food is the ability to take the dish and watch how it's grown through our unique twists and variations that make that dish special to your region, to your family, or to you as a person. Food is not just sustenance. Food is ingrained in our family history, and don't let anybody take that away. The power of family and regional traditions and the way we prepare our dishes is so incredibly important. Food is a powerful vehicle for storytelling. It's a way of preserving our heritage, whether it's your grandma's secret sauce where she puts grape jelly in it, right? Or if it's a century-old recipe that's passed down through the generations. These are time capsules of our family's unique story. So tell your story. Invite friends over and tell your story. Film a video and tell your story through cooking. Don't let anybody take that away. So I can tell you, when people leave comments or they say to me that I'm not doing something right because they do it differently, they're wasting their time because I'm not listening. One of the most fascinating aspects of cooking is that variation that's handed down from your grandparents. It's handed down from your neighbor, your uncle who makes that bowl of chili that everybody likes. And he happens to put beans in it, right? The world is not going to come to an end because you define chili with beans, right? That is the variation. That's the richness of the dish. From the sauce that's created by your grandmother to the chili that's cooked during family reunions by your uncle. These are the traditions that we're sharing with the world. We're sharing with your neighbor, your friends, even on a video, we're sharing that. And I'm not going to let anybody take that away from me. So when you see a comment in there, and if I just ignore it, that is because I really feel that tradition is in the variation and not in any specific recipe. But those things also go back to techniques and equipment, right? If you grew up with a grandmother that had a sunbeam mixer, and that's what you know as a sunbeam mixer, and you have one, maybe you have the one she had, or maybe you bought a similar one, and you love that mixer. It might not be the best mixer in the world. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't use it or you can't have it, right? Because I have people that tell me that I can't use that, right? There's a KitchenAid right behind me. I don't get that. I don't get the constant trying to one up on everybody and trying to say my way or the highway. This is the only way you can do that. Because if that's how life was, that would be pretty boring to me. So whether you simmer your sauce for hours on the stove or you make a quick, fresh tomato sauce, both of those things are good. Both of those things are sauces, and both of those things are as legitimate as the other. They're variations, and please don't only eat one kind all the time, right? You're missing out on everything that cooking has to offer. If you keep yourself in the same rut, you never get to experience the greatness and the variation and the traditions that can be brought to your cooking that really, really will enhance your life. Home cooking is not McDonald's. It's not the same hamburger every time you make it. There aren't rules to cooking. There's nobody else's rules, and your rules are not the only rules. That would make life really, really, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. If our lasagnas were exactly the same, I might as well just stay home and cook it myself. So as we explore cooking together, I might make something that might be a little different than how you make it. If you have some suggestions, please put those down in the comments, because I'm always interested in how different families make a particular dish. So let's share our culinary legacies. Otherwise, they're going to be lost forever. If you have a variation, celebrate that, because that is what tradition is. It's a celebration of everything that a dish could be. If we lock ourselves into McDonald's and eat the same exact meal every single day that tastes exactly the same, what kind of life is that? Anytime you see one of my videos, if you have some kind of special thing that you do, a family tradition, let me know about it. Let's keep these flames alive. Let's celebrate the variations of how we do dishes. Let's celebrate our mutual love for equipment, whatever that equipment is. If it's a dollar store item or is an expensive item from one of those fancy cooking stores, right? Let's enjoy all of it. By experiencing the richness and the variation and the tools and all that, we will bring to our cooking experience something amazing. I'm ready for this journey. I'm excited about it, and let's try some things out. So you might see me cook a dish one way or another. I used to cook potato salad one way, but I have a lot of different ways that I cook it. So if you see me doing potato salad 1 and potato salad 2, those are just variations that I enjoy. I don't always eat the same potato salad every day, right? I don't know what I would do if I had to. True tradition is the variation of rules on dishes. That is the true tradition of cooking. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday and get out there and cook.